I want to talk about titanium and multi-tools and some of the revolution that is going on, where we are blessed really to have some fantastic tools to carry with our multi-tools. And we have multi-tools that are made with more quality material than perhaps has ever been before. Now, one of the things I've really enjoyed carrying is this ray light. This is a bead blasted frag pattern flashlight in titanium from Amazon. This is around 9.5 centimeters or 3.5 inches long. It runs around $70. It was sent to the channel and I love this. This is really, really cool. I've been carrying this for a little while, a couple days now. I really like how pretty much everything is this bead blasted titanium. Even the button here at the end, it has a very low mode, and then it has some higher modes. So I used this when we were house hunting. We live in a pretty small house in our neighborhood, but this has several. It has a moonlight, and then it has the second setting low, and then the medium and the high. And then it goes back to that moonlight setting. Now with this flashlight, you can click the back of it, I guess 8 times, and then you're able to select different kinds of modes, how much percent you want the light to come on. I've pretty much just stuck with whatever is coming on at the moment, just using those half clicks from the back, and that's pretty much good enough for me. I love this light, how light it is. I love the titanium feel. I would not have loved the price at $70, but after getting it for free, I probably would still say it is worth that because this is an amazing light. I really like how it feels in the pocket. It's so compact. Just to compare it against, this is the Rock Tool. I mean, this is how small it is. Fantastic little pocket light. Really, really well done. Now on the ray light, I wanted to show you this. This is the ray light. It says a lithium, a 10440, 450 mAh, 3.7 volt battery. And then you just put it in here, screw it on, ready to go. Tighten that up, and then there is the flashlight. Now I'm going to get to the multi-tools, but after the Raylight MK3, the Mini, then the next thing that I have really been enjoying carrying in my pocket is this utility knife. Now, I do realize that this is a copy of a very expensive, I think it's a $400 utility knife made by an American company. Now, after a little bit more research, I'd forgotten the name. This is a pretty much one-for-one, at least aesthetics-wise, copy of the Hawk Shortcut Mini Utility Knife in titanium. This looks extremely much like that. I don't think the action is probably near as smooth from what I've read in some of the reviews, but I really love this. It was around $70 on Aliexpress, and the original would have been around $400 to $600. And I say would have been because from what I've heard, they no longer make this knife. So I didn't feel as bad to buy this, even though it's pretty much a blatant clone. This does have the pocket clip that you can sort of spring loaded so it doesn't catch on your pants as much. It does have USA here, which I do not think that is an accurate statement. Now, one of the only negatives with this is it is a tiny bit loose here in the blade. Pretty much it fits behind here, and you can tighten this down, and then you have to use a tool to untighten this and get the blade out, and then swap the new one in. So yes, there is a little bit of blade play right there. I don't think it's enough to be a huge issue, but I have had an issue where this has come a little bit loose in the pocket. As I mentioned, I may have to use some Loctite in the future, obviously not the red Loctite. Now, when you first get out of the package, it feels a little stiff. After using it for several weeks now, this action actually feels so much better, but you do have to work it in and be aware of that. It does come with some accessories. I think there was maybe a keychain, screwdriver, some extra parts for this, but overall, really, really love this tool, this utility knife. Comes in just about the same size as the flashlight, somewhere right around those 4 inches. But what you don't realize is the way this is designed makes this one of the most comfortable utility knives I have ever used. This is my favorite utility knife ever. Fantastic design by the Hawk Shortcut and then copied by people overseas. So the original one, as much as I love it, I don't think I would have ever paid $400 to $600, but at $70, I can say I think it's worth it. And I would perhaps buy another one in the future. It's that good. Really nice tool. So far, we've got the really nice ray light flashlight, the utility knife. The next thing is the pen, and then we'll jump to the multi-tools. Now, as far as the titanium pen, my favorite one to carry at the moment is the Pioneer EDC. This is about the perfect size. I really like the grip here in the middle. I just love how this is designed. It writes really well. Just use this for a grocery shopping trip my wife had me do while she was doing something else. But yeah, this is a fantastic pen. I think it was around $30 to $40. I think that's about what they run. It does come in about 4¼ inches long, but it fits in really nicely with just the look of all these tools. Really, really cool. I'll get you an exact link if I can still find it. Pioneer makes so many pens, but I will try to find this exact one if it's still available. Now, when it comes to titanium multi-tools, for a while I've been talking about how Rock Tool is one of my favorite ones, the Gen R. This is a really nice budget, all-around, better quality tool with the blade being a little bit better still than some of the other tools that multi-tools have been throwing on. And then, of course, it comes with the saw. I really like the gut hook that you can use with like zip ties, the serrated blade, the scissors on the inside, wire stripper, can opener, mini screwdriver, large screwdriver, all the diamond file, regular file, even though it's small, the great 1/4-inch bit driver, the pocket clip, and of course the fantastic pliers that almost remind you of like the Leatherman Free series. So I really have recommended the Gen R. I still recommend it. I think it's a fantastic tool. They do say it has titanium coating. I don't really see this as that much of a titanium multi-tool. I think it's more for looks than really that much titanium on it. And that category pretty much falls in with also the Day Camping DL7. This looks the most like the Leatherman Charge Titanium. This has a fairly similar tool set. You'll notice there is a diamond file again, all large screwdriver, micro screwdriver, can opener, wire stripper, the 1/4-inch bit driver that both have. Then the blade. Now the blade steel is not as good on this one, I don't think. The saw, scissors, the serrated blade with that gut hook again, and the pliers, I think, are actually fairly similar, aren't they, in style between these two. So these are both, they have some titanium content. Supposedly these are titanium handles, maybe partially. They do change colors under heat. I'll leave that up to you how much it is or it isn't. Now, Dead Camping, or Byberry rather, has come out with their Surge Titanium coated again. I guess they do say some of it is titanium. They talk about it reducing weight. I'm not sure how much of it is, but it has a very similar tool set, except of course it has this T-shank, and then there is some etching on the blade, but pretty much a 1/4-inch bit driver, large flat screwdriver, micro driver, all the can opener, wire stripper, and then you'll have the file, diamond file, in this T-shank. So not on the inside, but then the knife, large scissors, and then gut hook, serrated blade, the large Surge style like pliers, and the coated wire cutters. Now I think this goes for somewhere around $70. It used to. I think maybe the price has come down a little bit on this. These at times are around $40. So these are some of the more budget friendly multi-tools. that you can carry with some of your titanium gear, and they are to some extent. There is some titanium content in them. Now, this is Dekoyo's second anniversary special edition TI with the titanium handle scales, and they look really nice. You've got the CNC pliers, and when you use the knife, it is very easy to open. This is the M390 knife with the scissors and the saw, diamond file, regular file, removable pocket clip, glass breaker on the bottom, and then the Leatherman style bit driver, the scraper, wire stripper, and then rope cutter, can opener, and all. So this definitely fits really nice with this theme. I prefer a lighter multi-tool, so I haven't been carrying this, but yeah, it looks great. I would love a small version of this, just 3/4 of the size. I think that would be perfect for me. So I don't know if that will ever happen, but I really love that size. That would be great. Now, probably the tool that fits best with all these is the Leatherman Charge Titanium. Now, you can still buy these fairly easy on eBay. I'm not for sure. I can't remember if they're still available on Amazon. I know they are officially discontinued, but these come with the bit driver, can opener, wire stripper. On the inside, there are scissors, then the micro screwdriver, large screwdriver, the roller markings rather, and on the outside, there is this serrated blade, and the gut hook, saw, the knife, the diamond file, regular file, and this knife is S30V. Now on mine, they have the cap crimper on the end. A lot of them didn't have that, and I don't necessarily think that's a great thing to have, but it is a feature that Leatherman did have on their tools for a little while. Now, this is a little bit of a lighter tool, so that is something to always keep in mind. This comes in around 8.8 ounces, whereas in the Dekoyo comes in 10.6, Byberry comes in 11.2, the Day Camping 9.5, Rock Tool 9.8. All right, let's change this over to grams. Byberry 311 or 17 grams, I think it is. Dekoyo comes in around 300. DL7 comes in around 269. Rock Tool somewhere around 275. And Leatherman comes in 249, significantly lighter than all these other tools. So this definitely would be one of the easier ones to carry in a belt sheath, or this would be easier to carry with the Leatherman clip in your pocket. So recently, this is the setup that I've been enjoying carrying the most. I have paired the great Raylight flashlight, this Pioneer pen, and the Eagle Claw utility knife, and then my personal modded Gerber MP400. And this is actually my updated, I guess you would say, EDC that I've been enjoying carrying the most. I have so many tools to choose from, so many pens now, so many utility knives, flashlights, but for the moment, this has really caught my fancy. I really like the action of all these, just the fidget factor of the Gerber. I love how it's so easy to flick this, and it just sort of fascinates me how these are made. So these tools almost seem like pieces of art, and I know some people will say that means you have too many, they're just tools. Perhaps that's true, but I really enjoy carrying them. Let me know which ones you would pick to pair with this titanium style EDC.